Hello everyone, welcome to another Christmas Fueled by Coffee episode. This is Evergreen episode 3. I would like to wish a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone who's listening. This is a series where we drink seasonal coffees and talk about Christmassy holiday things. Today I am here with none other than the legend, the longest tenured guest in Fueled by Coffee history. We have here Aaron with us. We're gonna get into some fun holiday stuff. So Aaron, thank you for joining me yet again for another episode.
Thanks for having me as always, brother.
Today I am currently drinking the Wawa Holiday Blend. I got a bag of it at the store or at the Wawa, and so I'm jamming that right now. What did you previously have?
I nursed a cup of chock full of nuts this morning.
Gotta love chock full of nuts. Oh.
First time purchasing it was last week when I went to the grocery store.
Right. I
got this free subscription to the Panera coffee subscription recently for 3 months. So I've been alternating between Wawa and Panera. So I get the free Wawa coffee every Tuesday, and then every other day I go to Panera in the morning.
Right on. Always plugging Wawa. If you're not a Wawa Rewards member, you should join right this second, because every Tuesday for the rest of the year you get free coffee. So definitely something to take advantage of. If you haven't heard any of the other Christmas episodes we've done, you can check them out on the playlist, or in the playlist on SoundCloud. The Evergreen episodes, we did 2 other ones, both pretty interesting. One's a little bit longer, but it's a little comical. And for those of you who can't see right now, Aaron and I are actually on Zoom currently. He's got the Wawa background, which I didn't know about until...
There's a bunch of different seasonal options for you.
It looks great.
I just found this one fitting because it was all coffee.
It's amazing. Wawa, please sponsor me. I'm going to keep begging. I've started to get replies on social media.
You're making baby steps there.
They've started to reply to me, and they actually reposted a Free Coffee Tuesday story. So if you're a Wawa fan, be on the lookout for their stories. They may repost me again. Jumping right in, though, we're gonna get this out of the way right now. It is December. Mid to late December. Football season is coming to a close very soon, and our Eagles are doing absolutely awful.
Yeah, it's not coming to a close soon enough, unfortunately.
I mean, and I know that there are some listeners who aren't into the football thing, so I'm going to try and keep this a little bit shorter. But, man, they have been so terrible. Just all year, all across the board. 3 wins, like, what? Terrible.
In the worst division in football.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly ever.
Washington and New York look like they're going to make a run for it. I think it's really interesting. It looks like it's like the NFC East has flipped. For so long, it was like Philly and Dallas, and now it's like New York and Washington, and like we're at the bottom.
Yeah.
But today, we're recording this on the 13th. Today, the Eagles play the Saints, and Jalen Hurts is starting because Carson Wentz is on the bench.
Possibly the beginning of a new era.
Honestly, I mean, if Jalen Hurts... I feel bad for Carson. I feel like they did him no favors, and they're wasting his career, because I think he has a lot of untapped potential. But at the same time, in the current Eagles system, I think that it's time for a new era with players and with coaching. I mean, Jason Peters is now out because of... some sort of toe injury.
Turf toe, I think.
Yeah.
The worst case of turf toe in the history of the NFL.
And he's just old. Like, he shouldn't have even come back this year. But they just need to get the team younger and maybe even hire new coaching staff. I don't know about that.
We'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see what happens. But, you know, Philadelphia Eagles, we still love you. Please sponsor me. I would love to work with you or work for you on something. I don't know. But yeah, we love the Eagles. Jumping right in to our first holiday topic here. I talked about it on the last episode with Kayla, otherwise known as Ghosty Art on Instagram. You can check her art out. Aaron and I are both Christmas music aficionados, I would say. We talked about this briefly last year, I think, on a car ride somewhere. And we were just talking about how much we love Christmas music.
Yeah.
I think like there was one day you and I ran out. You had to go to like a liquor store to buy someone a Secret Santa gift, or like we ran out and ran some errands to like Guitar Center maybe. I don't even remember. We were just all over the place. That was the day, you know what that was? We were driving around.
Don't tell me that was your first Wawa experience.
No. No, there was a Wawa experience within the day, though. This was the day that you and I drove around to like every Wawa in the area looking for a free, a pump that didn't have a line behind it for you to fill your tire.
Yeah. That happens more frequently than you would think.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Everyone, let's start a GoFundMe right now. Fix Aaron's tire 2021.
Well, not even that. It's just maybe add a second air pump there's always a line for the free air places, and I'm not going to go to a gas station to pay $1.50 for free air.
Mm-hmm.
For air that we breathe in and out. It just needs a little nozzle to shoot a little more power.
All right, let's start a GoFundMe right now for everyone who pre-orders the second air pump at Wawa 2021 GoFundMe. I'll send you a pack of stickers and a piece of dirty laundry and maybe some feet pics.
Or if you write a letter to the CEO of Wawa and send us a picture, we'll send you free sticks.
But anyways, yeah.
I think it's a good idea. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, Wawa.
Maybe somebody else thought of it already. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's at least one star review on Wawa's Google page that says
I was 6 cars deep in the air pump line.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, it was on that adventure that we were talking about. I think you had the radio on and you were like, "Oh, do you care if I turn this up? Do you like Christmas music?" And I was like, "Yes, Aaron. I love Christmas music."
Well, you have to check because you never know. Like there's people out there that despise it.
Wait, yeah.
Especially since it comes on at the beginning of November now.
I met one 2 weeks ago. It was when we were at the car dealership. Kayla was buying a car, and the salesman that we had, he was a really nice guy. I felt kind of bad for him. He seemed like, I don't know, he just seemed like one of those people who was kind of lonely and sad, and he kind of just told us like his whole life story while we were in the process of her buying a car. But he had said something about like, because they had Dave Matthews Sirius XM radio on in the dealership, and I was like, "Oh, is this Dave Matthews? Like, I love this song." And he was like, "Dave Matthews, oh, my ex-wife got into him. I never got into him. I hate him." And then we said something about Christmas music, and he's like, "I hate Christmas. I hate Christmas music." And then he was like telling us about how his favorite color is gray. And like, yeah, he was so nice, but I felt so bad for him. Craig, shout out to Sioka Hyundai, please sponsor me. But anyways, yeah, Christmas music, Aaron and I both love it. And at this point, you know, we're approaching Christmas. We're not quite at Christmas yet because we had to bump this episode up a week, but
14 days, 13 days,
something like that.
11 days.
We're right on the cusp. We're really close. Are you sick of Christmas music at this point?
No. Are you?
No, I've been staggering it, so I'm still getting hype. I actually made a really nice Christmas playlist on my YouTube that I've been jamming.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you guys have radios at your job, like in the office?
No, but I play music on my phone. I listen to Spotify all day. So I throw on recently because I find myself having trouble concentrating when I listen to the ones with words, like focusing on either the music or what I'm supposed to be doing at work. So I have thrown on Christmas jazz and the acoustic guitar Christmas, and I think it's mellow piano Christmas or Christmas piano something or other. And I kind of just loop through those.
Yeah, stuff like that.
And have them in the background. And I don't get sick of that because they're all kind of different renditions of the classics.
Yeah.
If you listen to the radio, you may start getting sick of stuff too much because they play the same songs over and over again.
Exactly. Yeah, like at my job, they started it, I think, the day before Thanksgiving. but they've been doing it really weird. Like, so for those who are listening, if you're a new listener and you don't know, I work at a grocery store. I bake and make donuts overnight. And, you know, that being said, it's a public place. They have public radio on it. It's like the store audio network, whatever it's called. So what they've been doing this year is like they're playing like normal music, like, but then like every 1 or 2 songs they're playing like 2 or 3 Christmas songs, or like, and I thought maybe they were just trying to weave it in like early in the season, but here we are like a week away from Christmas and they're still like playing normal pop music mixed in with the Christmas stuff. But like I've heard some really weird renditions of songs like that I've never even heard before. Like I heard there was this rendition of I think it's Walking in a Winter Wonderland. Is that the one where they say something about Parson Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard a rendition of that where they swapped out Parson Brown for Santa Claus.
Oh.
And it just didn't sound right. I was like,
Do you think they're trying to be a little more cultural sensitive? Is there
maybe. I mean, is Parson Brown, was he like African American to begin with, or
I don't know.
Like, is it just because his name's Brown? Like, I don't know.
I don't know enough about the history of the song to know. But my first thought would be they're trying to make it a little more either socially or culturally sensitive.
Yeah. As
we do live in 2020.
Yeah, possibly. But
like they came out last year, John Legend, and I think it was Kelly Clarkson, or I don't know who the artist was. I'm gonna look that up right now. Actually, it's a version of "Baby It's Cold Outside," but it's like a very 2020 version.
Yeah.
So instead of having a drink, and they were just, you know, they changed it all up. Yeah, John Legend and Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the one other thing I heard, and I touched on it the last episode, which you actually commented on and gave me the scoop on, the Jackson 5 doing doing a rendition of Up on the Housetop or whatever. And then we did come to find, you commented, and then Kayla and I actually looked into it, there is a Jackson 5 Christmas album.
Yeah, you know, I did some research right while I was listening to that episode.
Yeah, and I know you were probably like...
I had to let you know, even though you probably don't get the SoundCloud notifications that say I commented on your podcast.
I replied to it, so I got it when I logged in on my computer, but yeah, nice. So just like, I don't know, I'm hearing really strange renditions of things at work, really strange Christmas songs, and I don't know, and like I said, they're weaving it in through like terrible 2020 pop music. It's just like,
I wonder how they do that.
Just go like full
like
seasonal.
They can't be playing in a regular radio station if they're doing that. It's got to be like Pandora or something.
It's like a store. There's a commercial that always comes on. It says it's like the in-store audio network. Oh. I don't know. I think it's just go full seasonal. Like, just let me be a full Shannon, please. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I would say for me, no, I'm not sick of it yet. Like I said, namely because they're not playing any of my favorite songs at work, and they're not just going full blown like Christmas 100% of the time. And you know, I've been staggering it in with what I'm listening to outside of work, and I have a really good playlist of all of my favorite songs. So long answer short, no, I am not sick of it yet. But that being said, I did talk about it on the last episode. Aaron, what are some of your favorite Christmas songs? Like if you had to pick, like the ones that just get you so hyped that you have like a Christmas tree just blossoming out of your head or out of your ass, or what have you not?
There's some classics that I like. I do like the Elf version of Baby It's Cold Outside.
Is there like a full version of that?
Yeah. If you, it's on like the Elf soundtrack or something. You can look it up. There's also Kelly Clarkson did a Christmas album, and I know I was just hating on her for that new rendition, but she also does a really good Christmas album. And here it is, Underneath the Tree, Kelly Clarkson, gets me so hyped.
Oh yeah,
I can't even explain it.
That's amazing.
It's not even a classic one either. Like, I love the classic Christmas songs as well.
Yeah.
I don't really have a favorite. I just enjoy listening to a lot of them. I probably do have a favorite, but you know, on the spot can't name it or think of it.
Have you ever heard that one that I was talking about by Band-Aid? Do they know it's Christmas?
Yes.
Because I know some people, I bring that song up, and they like have no idea that it's even a song.
The other one by is it Toto that sings it? There won't be snow in Africa this Christmas.
I think I've heard that. Yeah.
That's a good one too. I don't know if that's the name of it or not, but
so
I should have prepared better for this.
So you had Kelly Clarkson. You had
the Elf.
Oh, the Elf
version
Baby,
of Baby It's Cold Outside.
That's right.
I mean, just that song in general. It's a good song. I like the duet aspect of it.
Do you think, as people have said, that it is a song about rape?
No.
No, neither do I. I think that was just people trying to cause a stir.
If people can just overanalyze things to no end and find something wrong with everything, or find some kind of subvert meaning to anything they want to.
Yeah.
Just take it for what it is, a Christmas song.
Exactly.
I mean, when was it first written? Let's do some research.
Oh, that's got to be old. For sure. Watch, I'm going to be wrong. It's
Wikipedia tells me
2001.
Well, I mean, there's so many different versions of it.
Yeah. I feel like I heard yesterday at work like a different rendition of that on the radio too, and I was like, this doesn't sound right. Like, you can just tell.
1944 it was written.
Okay, yeah, so
let's just have some historical context here. It was written when people had a different outlook on the world completely from now. And different things were accepted, different things were not accepted. There were different norms as far as like everyone was having a drink, and
there was a second World War going on at the time.
Yeah, it's just such a different culture at that point in time.
Yeah,
like of course they're gonna find something
that they
wrong
don't
with
like
it
about
today.
It. Yeah, it's
been almost 80 years.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, it's crazy how fast time goes.
A lot can change in 80 years.
Yeah, that's for sure. So you had the Elf rendition.
Rant over.
Kelly Clarkson Christmas album, and is there anything else that comes to mind? Any other?
Like I said, I've been listening to these jazz renditions and like mellow piano renditions of all the classic songs at work, and they're just very sit back and relax type of listening.
Do you ever listen to the Peanuts soundtrack, like Vince? Oh,
I love it.
Vince
Guaraldi trio.
Yeah, I have at least 4 songs on my playlist.
I know you shouted that one out last week.
I love the Peanuts.
It's great. They're on tonight. I know Kayla doesn't like them. I see her shaking her head in the background.
Yeah, we actually
tonight at 7:30, I think, on PBS. PBS.
What happened to the Apple TV thing?
It's streaming on Apple TV for free, but there was such a backlash that people weren't going to be able to see it that they let PBS show. Like, I think they did the Thanksgiving one on Thanksgiving or the week before Thanksgiving. And
that's at least good.
Tonight on PBS is the Christmas one. If anyone's listening on Wednesday from now, sorry you missed it.
Yeah, we actually got lucky, and so all that stuff was going on with Apple buying the rights. And then, like, my mom works at the local library, and I remember it was like a Monday night. We're watching football. She gets home from work, and she was like, "Hey, someone dropped a whole bunch of like unopened DVDs at the donation bin, and like we didn't put them in the system yet, so I just grabbed a couple, and one of them was a Charlie Brown Christmas on Blu-ray."
Nice.
Like wrapped, not even so. Like we got lucky with that one, and she managed to find a holiday pack on eBay for not $90. So. Because that was a huge thing. Like,
oh yeah, I don't agree with these big companies trying to monopolize holiday specials just to get more. I mean, where's the holiday spirit in that? Let's charge people more money to watch the holiday specials.
Apple already makes enough money off their iPhones. Like,
right?
How much is the iPhone 12? Like $2,000, $3,000, $10,000?
Something outrageous.
But. Yeah, I don't know.
I know Kayla's excited to watch all those discs that you just got.
I know. I can't.
I can see it in her face already.
I got Charlie Brown wrapping paper to wrap her gifts in.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's mean mugging you right now.
She just let out a big sigh. But yeah, so either way, great stuff. Vince Guaraldi, so good.
Oh yeah.
Even like there's Christmas Time Is Here with the Choir of Children, which normally I hate choirs of children, but that's an exception. And then there's the instrumental one, which is just like, it's just so good, man. Oh, it makes me...
I guess to round out that question, I'm a big sucker for the instrumental versions of most Christmas songs.
And I think that's a totally valid and great answer. But how do you feel about Bing Crosby's White Christmas?
That's also one. I mean, in the moment, it's a very tough question to say what's your favorite Christmas song, but
just in general,
say that's definitely one of them. How do I feel about it? I like it a lot.
You like it a lot, so much so that
there's my take.
So much so that a few years ago, you and I covered that song.
Yeah, our underground project, The Groomsmen.
Yeah, we did a pop punk rendition of White Christmas, and I'm going to throw that in right here.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
What was that, like 3 years ago now, I think? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
We would get together and work on music.
2018, I think.
We'd get together
Christmas of 2018.
and work on music. Yeah, I think that was in the basement, yeah.
Oh, then it might have been
The year before.
2017.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was like right after Solitude came out. Union Coffee Break Solitude, you can check it out or don't, because it's a terrible album.
No, give yourself some credit.
Not to go off
It's
on
a good listen.
tangent.
It's a good listen.
Not to go off on a long tangent, I just feel like as a musician and as like a musical writer, I feel like the older I get, the more I go back and look at my old stuff and just think about like, yeah, it was good at the time, but now I think I can do better.
I think anybody could look back and say, I think I can do better.
Or just like you look
if
back,
you go up to like Justin Bieber or the Foo Fighters, or I mean, look at the Foo Fighters. They've been around for 25 years now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Dave Grohl looks back at their first album and says, man, I think I can do better?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I just look back and I think...
Or look at where we are now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dave Grohl, side note, him and Greg Kurstin are doing a Hanukkah series.
Oh?
They're covering, for every night of Hanukkah, they're covering a Jewish artist, I believe.
That's cool.
Or producer.
Is Dave Grohl Jewish?
I don't think... No. Greg Kirsten is, though.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I never knew that if he was.
Yeah, you should look that up on YouTube.
Shout
I think
out
they're
Dave
calling it the
Grohl.
Hanukkah Sessions or something.
Please sponsor me.
Maybe he'll see this. Him and that 11-year-old girl got into that drum battle.
Yeah. Oh, man, we love Dave Grohl. I love the Foo Fighters, too. Concrete and Gold, such a great album. But I'm not going to divert any further. Yeah, just being a musician, like I look back on things and I think, why was this such a big deal at the time? I've done so much more. Shout out my new project, Halo. You can check it out on Spotify, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, basically anywhere. It's like...
And didn't you just release something new with them?
I just released a Christmas tune called Xmas Time Is Here. Christmas Time Is Here, but I did an edgy title. No, it's just lo-fi beats and stuff. But anyways... coming back around to the White Christmas cover, Aaron and you and I would go get together. I think it was like every Thursday usually, because we were both free and we would work on music. And none of the songs got released, but the one that did get released was a cover of Bing Crosby's White Christmas, because we both... I think I brought it up like, hey, we should cover a Christmas song, and we just made it happen. You played trumpet on it. And guitar, and you sang. It
was a wild time, man.
Oh man, that was crazy. I'm gonna put this on my social. I have a picture from when you were recording trumpet that I took on my phone.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was wearing it's funny, every time I see the picture, I was wearing the Above the Mendoza. It was the shirt you guys made for Father Time, I think.
Okay. Dirty Elf.
No. It was the one with like the little cassette tape on the chest.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that one?
What song was that? I don't think Father Time was the one with the dirty elf, the green one.
Because there was on the back it says something about like the boots on the rooftop or something like that.
Oh, maybe it was for that then.
Maybe, I don't know.
I remember the design. I don't remember what song it was for.
Yeah, either way, I was wearing that shirt, but it's like skin colored, and I had a hoodie on over it, so it looks like I'm wearing no shirt under my hoodie.
One of those like bare chest shirts.
Yeah. I'm gonna post that on the social. But yeah, so we recorded this cover, and it was just a lot of fun. And in that time, so this was, when I think we were both more active as musicians, and at the time we were recording at Aaron's place, and we were recording it through your computer, I think, or we were running. I would bring over
because you like Reaper. And at the time, I wasn't a big Reaper, not enthusiast, but I hadn't really dove into Reaper. Pro Tools was more my go-to. So we were using your computer, but my interface. And my interface was a FireWire connection.
Yes.
And your laptop that you were using had no FireWire connection, so we had to remedy that situation by looking for an adapter.
That was the worst move we could have ever. Oh my god. Yeah, I remember I came over and he was like, hey, the adapter came. So I didn't have to bring my interface with. So we were like, oh, cool. So,
I can't remember if it was Walmart or Amazon.
I don't know. But
that I got it from.
I think any technologically savvy person would think, oh, get an adapter. It'll be fine, right? And there must have been something, I don't know if FireWire puts out more of a charge or more energy than USB, or if there's something that was like not guarded or something, but like I get to
Aaron, or that it costs $4 for the adapter.
Yeah, or that I got to your house. Well, we plugged the USB from my interface into the FireWire adapter, and then we plugged the adapter into my computer. And as we did that, I looked up at Aaron and I said something to you, and I looked back and my screen was black, and I was like, "Hey, did you turn my computer off?" I was like, "Are you trying to play a trick on me or something?" And you were just like, "No, why?" And I was like, well, the computer turned off. And then I'm like, click in. I'm like, oh, maybe it died. I don't know. So then I'm hitting the power button and it's not turning back on. We literally tried everything we could. So then we made a run to the Geek Squad at Best Buy. And the guy, I forget what he said it was some weird little part that we could either send it away and they might fix it. So then we ended up just transferring all of my files over to didn't you get like a hard drive transfer thing?
Yeah, we cloned your hard drive to a new one.
Yeah.
or to an external drive.
That's
until
right.
we ended up getting a new laptop.
That's right.
So that $4 adapter turned into a $600
investment
adapter.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yes. All said and done.
Yeah, I remember. Like, I don't even know if there's someone listening to this who knows more about adapters and FireWire and USB. Please leave a comment. Message me on Instagram.
That's been bothering me for 3 years now.
I know we've been trying to figure it out. Like, what I still don't know what happened. Like, it just
I chalked it up to bad luck.
Yeah.
Just
you threw.
Maybe it was its time to go. I don't know. I threw the adapter as far as I could.
Yeah. And it was never to be seen again.
Never to destroy anyone else's computer.
But yeah, that was an interesting time. Also, that year, that very time, I think this happened the day my computer got fried too. So Aaron at the time was in a band. For those of you who don't know, who haven't listened to any of the previous episodes, Aaron was in a band called Above the Mendoza. It was a really good pop punk band in Center Valley, Lehigh Valley, whatever you want to call their home area. And it was Aaron and his brother Pete who was on an episode, and some of their friends. I had gotten into them, and I was a really big fan. I'd usually go to all their home shows. I bought all their music.
Probably the number one fan.
Maybe. I don't know. I see. You never know.
There's a couple up there. That you'd be fighting with. But
you never know when you say things like that, because you always think, well, there's always someone who has done more than I have.
Well, you might be disqualified as number one fan after this story. So.
That is true. Yeah, so like I was a huge fan, and the one day I got to my job in the morning, and I remember Aaron you had texted me. It was like 9 a.m. and you were like, "Hey, what are you doing this Saturday?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, like probably nothing. Why?" And you were like, "Well, do you want to play bass for Above the Mendoza? Because we need a fill-in." And I was like, sure. Like, I've never played a show before. I've been a musician since, I was 12 or 13. I've never played a show before, but like, yeah, sure, that'd be awesome. So like, I remember you sent me the set list, and it was only like 5 or 6 songs, and like one of those was a cover. But yeah, that year, Above the Mendoza played a Christmas show at Creep Records in Philly. Shout out to Creep Records, please sponsor me. I've only been there.
Creep Records, Mark Giuliano of Goalkeeper. He was the one who put the show all together.
Shout out to Goalkeeper.
Bunch of good bands on that show too.
Yeah.
Eternal Boy was on there, I think. Broseph Gordon-Levitt. Yep. I don't know if they even exist anymore.
I don't know.
I think they might have split up and gone into a couple different separate projects. Yeah, typical of Above the Mendoza, we had 2 fill-ins for that show.
No, didn't
Joe.
you? No, you had 3. It was 3? Me, Joe, and then oh man, the guy on drums who plays in that other band now. The 4th. I know that was so vague. That guy. I think he plays in a band called like the 4th Quarter or something like that. He was like
Tom Kinka.
Yeah, he was Above the Mendoza super fan.
Our boy Tom.
All cool guys.
Joe from Nobody Yet.
Yeah.
Tom, who I can't remember what band he was playing in last. I'm gonna do a quick Google search here.
It was a fun time though. Like, just like for that to be my first show, like my first experience playing in front of a crowd, like it couldn't have been more perfect, because like I was really into you guys. I knew the music really well. And then like I learned the set list in like 2 hours. Like, you texted me on like a Tuesday, and I had it learned by like Wednesday morning, But
that's why I texted you, man. Yeah. I knew I could count on you.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know, getting to play with you guys. Like, I knew the music really well. I was comfortable with you and Pete, and it was just, it was a very comfortable setting for me. There were really no nerves, which was cool. Anyways, did you find the band that Tom Kinka played in?
No, he doesn't have it listed on his Facebook right now, so I can't shout him out. Gotcha. He's been in a couple different bands, though.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was a great
guy.
show. It was a great
guy.
Show.
Like I said, typical fashion, because we had a great core group of members, but we also had a great core group of fill-ins because we used them quite often.
Here is the lineup. Moment to Capitalize.
Moment to Capitalize. That's it.
I think they were the ones that covered My Chemical Romance. They all came. I think like the singer had like a dress shirt and a tie on. I'm pretty sure. Moment to Capitalize, Above the Mendoza, Eternal Boy, Goalkeeper, and then actually not on the poster was Broseph Gordon-Levitt, who opened. All great bands. Go check all of them out, especially Goalkeeper. I love Goalkeeper.
Yeah, we can throw those links up in the show description.
Do you think they would care if I threw one of their songs in right here?
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to throw a Goalkeeper song in right here.
I've been living like I'm cross-eyed, like I'm tongue-tied, like I'm trapped inside for days, living in a haze. I need to focus on myself, I need everybody else to understand I'm doing the best I can. There's only one way I do this wrong, and that's to do nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. If I fall down, I'll get up again, I'll make mistakes, but I'll own nothing then. If I let go, then I'll be free, nothing stopping me. I gotta feel it's real this time. I hate watching time tick by, counting all the ceiling tiles 100 times. I know the way now, I won't go back. There's no stopping me, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. If I fall down, I'll get up again, I'll make mistakes, but I'll own nothing then. If I let go, then I'll be free, nothing stopping me. Nothing at all. If I fall down, I'll get up again, I'll make mistakes, but I'll own nothing then. If I let go, then I'll be free, nothing stopping me. Nothing at all. I got nothing at all. I gotta be there. I gotta be there. It's real this time.
Yeah, it was a great show. It was a really fun experience. I have not played a show since, and I hope to at some point in my life play some more shows.
Well, no one's playing shows right now, so
I know. Well, at some point,
hopefully that changes.
yeah, at some point in the future, I hope that I can be out there on a show with some friends at some point.
Yeah,
But
man.
that was such a fun time, man. Like just being in Philly, I love the city.
Driving in the van.
Oh, the van. For those of
Remember,
you,
we parked like behind at least to unload. We like pulled up onto the plaza. It was in this. Creep Records is located in this weird like
triangle.
Yeah, triangle.
There's like a Dollar General
shopping center type of thing almost. The shops at Piazza or something. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
but we pulled up on the sidewalk to unload, and then we had to find parking in this weird triangle, this one-way triangle.
Yeah, and I don't know if Kevin's listening. I apologize, Kevin. I don't even think we've ever. Well, no, maybe when we watched the Eagles at your house. But I don't know if Kevin knows who I am. But I apologize. I borrowed your tuner pedal, which was in your case, and then I couldn't get your case to close properly. I hope it didn't ruin your bass at all. I'm sorry. But thank you for letting me borrow your tuner.
I feel like we would have heard about it now.
Yeah.
By now.
Yeah. But no, that was just a really fun time, man. Really, really great experience. It was one of those things too, like where all week, like I was practicing, and then I practiced with you Thursday, and then Thursday, that was the day my computer got fried, and that night, Thursday night, we went down to Philly to Joe's place.
Yeah, we practiced with Joe.
Yeah, and then
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then Saturday was the show, and it was one of those things where like as quickly as it happened, it was over.
Yeah.
Like
30 minutes go by real quick.
Well, yeah, and like, I mean, we stayed for all the bands too, but just like, yeah, you're up on the stage, and like, I remember like, too, there was probably like a few hundred people in the room too. Like, it wasn't just like some local, like, there's 20 people here and half of them are bands. It was like
there's a good turnout for it.
And yeah, and then like as quickly as it happened, it was over. And then I just remember us riding home in the van, and there was that squad of Crown Victorias.
Oh, yeah.
They were all different colors. They were like the Power Rangers zooming around the van. The ghetto Power Rangers. No,
good times, man.
Oh man,
North Philly.
We got Wawa. Yeah, we got Wawa on the way home too. Cool. Oh, how could you not complete a Philly trip without some sort of Wawa?
Oh, I know, right?
But so much fun, so many great memories.
So much fun on the boat.
In the boat, just make sure to check out, Goalkeeper. Check out Above the Mendoza, Broseph Gordon-Levitt, Eternal Boy. Check out all those bands because they're all phenomenal. But now, segueing, Aaron and I have both worked retail, and this time of year is a universally relatable time for anyone who's worked in retail. Retail during the holidays can be a very interesting experience. It can be a very stressful experience. It can be a downright awful experience. But I think one thing is for certain is that these experiences all get lumped together into like just the thought of it being like, that was a great time, or wow, that was a really funny story to tell from my retail experience. But like when you're in it, it's so terrible. I was just talking to Kayla about this last night. Like when you're going through something, it's the worst thing ever. And you're like, this sucks. And then when you're on the outside looking in, you're like, that was actually a pretty fun time in my life. And that's how I think retail could probably be summed up, especially during the holidays. Am I wrong?
Yes, I agree. 100%.
So we're going to jump into some of our retail experiences during the holidays. And this can just be from Thanksgiving through New Year's, honestly, because I have some Thanksgiving stories from Peapod. Not even so much just stories, just like what it was like, with that Thanksgiving rush. So where have you worked during the holidays, like retail-wise?
So I've done the holidays at Panera Bread and also at CVS Pharmacy.
Yeah, I worked at Peapod, which, for those of you who don't know, I've done like 451,632 episodes on Peapod. And
check out season 1.
Check out season 1. Check out the Men at Work episode to hear all about it. Yeah, Peapod was basically a warehouse in the back of it was basically a grocery store warehouse in the back of a grocery store. People would order their groceries, we would pick them and pack them, and then they would get put on the trucks and sent out. There was much more to it than that. It was a very stressful job sometimes mentally.
Right. Broad concept is grocery delivery.
Yes. So I worked there through, 2 Thanksgivings, 2 Christmases, and all the other holidays too. But
I can't even imagine how busy that is at the holiday seasons.
It got rough. Like, we all knew it was coming, and it was one of those things where you think like, okay, the orders are going to start increasing, because they would always increase the cap of how many orders we could take in, because the way Peapod worked, essentially is people would place their orders in, like, there was usually a cap based on like how many people were working. But during the holidays, the cap on how many orders we could take in would get raised because it's prime time to make money for grocery stores. And, with people being busy during the holidays, having family, having gifts to buy, what have you not, they would just order their groceries because it was easier. And, you'd think you could expect it. Like, oh, the orders are going to start getting heavier now, but it would just hit like a truck. Like it was like, last week of October, you'd be like, oh, it's a little bit slower because of Halloween. And then like November 1st, you're just like swamped. Like it was just brutal. And that's when all the big stuff started coming in too, like turkeys, hams. Yep. They used to sell like these kits you could buy where it would be like a turkey and then like a box that had like rolls, potatoes, corn, like other vegetables. And it was like, the thing with Peapod is we had these little totes to pack the groceries in. And if you got and at the time we were doing this, like if a tote got full, you'd have to like scan it off your cart, scan an empty one on. And like, so if you got like a ham or a turkey or both, your tote's pretty much like full at that point. It's too heavy. So you'd have to take it off, put a new one on. And it's just,
they also run those like points promos where you can use giant points to get turkeys.
To get a free turkey.
So, yeah. Or hams, depending on the season. But Like, I can imagine that also increased the volume as well.
Yeah. And, people just prepping for the holidays, our orders went way up in terms of like how many were coming in, but then also the volume of each order increased because people were buying so much extra stuff for Christmas dinner, Thanksgiving dinner, New Year's. And it was just wild, man. Like it was one of those things where at least my coworkers and I, we were all friends for the most part. At least we had each other. Like that's literally all we had at that point. And
right.
But when you're in it and you're like, oh my God, another 175 item order, like you got to be kidding me. And like there's like 30 TV dinners and 4 gallons of milk and a turkey and a ham and then a dinner kit and like, oh my God. And then, all the produce, and you're just like, by the end of it, you're like, all right, I hope I get a small one. And then you scan the next one in and it's like
7 laundry detergents.
100.
What other the heaviest items can you think of?
Cat litter.
Yeah, six containers of cat litter because they have 12 cats.
Yeah, there were those. There was like 1 or 2 crazy cat ladies that would order every week, and they would get like 78 cans of cat food, but it wasn't ever just like the same kind of cat food. It was like 6 of this kind, 8 of this kind, 2 of this kind, 1 of this kind.
Yeah, they get tired of the same flavor over and over,
I know. I don't understand that, why people are like, oh, my cat's sick of the same food. I don't know. But either way, yeah, it was just, oh man, the holidays were so wild. You just get huge order after huge order, and then everyone was working really slow because the orders were so big. It was taking so long to like run through them, and it was a rough time, man. It's weird because I look back on it with a fondness of like, you know what? That was a fun time. I felt like I accomplished something at the end of the day, at least,
Oh, definitely. So how does that change in your current position? Because you still work for Giant, but you're in a different role now.
Yeah. So I think it honestly, it depends on the holiday, because it just depends on the holiday because like certain items are hotter than others. So like I know for Thanksgiving, I baked off a whole bunch of rolls because people love dinner rolls or any kind of rolls. Also, Italian bread, for stuffing. Because not only were we selling loaves of bread, what we would do is we would take like some of the day-old bread and cube it in the slicer.
Send it through the bread slicer.
And then, bake it in the oven for stuffing mix,
Nice.
So for Thanksgiving, it was a lot of bread, a lot of rolls. The pies were on sale. And I remember there was a day when I had to run to the back freezer because the closing kid did not set up the muffins. I had to run to the back freezer and I had to pull like everything out. And we had like 2 pallets full of pies back there, just like an insane amount of pies, but a lot of them sold because it's Thanksgiving.
Right.
So now, I think it just depends on the holiday. I'm trying to remember last Christmas. I feel like people buy a lot of sweets. Mm-hmm. Like we have like
cakes and fancy cookies and
cheesecakes,
rolls.
Cookies. Yeah, I know probably rolls still. Yeah.
Or like pumpkin roll is big for Thanksgiving, but I think they do something similar for Christmas, right?
Yeah, we usually get lots of pumpkin rolls this time of year too. So it's usually Christmas is more sweets, and then Thanksgiving is more like breads and pies.
I gotcha.
I will
say. And do you do all that in your position?
So I do the breads and rolls get baked. The pies come in frozen, so we literally just pull them off of a pallet and defrost them. Mm-hmm. So I'm letting all Giant secrets go. It's not actually baked.
Hey, somebody bakes it, right?
An oven in a factory
could still be baked by Giant.
Yeah. So I out of all those things, honestly, like a lot of it's thaw and sell, except for the bread and the rolls. I do bake myself. Mm-hmm. The one really fun part though is being a Shannon and loving seasonal items, the seasonal donuts that we get to do, or that I get to do. We currently have these they're shaped like a Christmas tree. I don't know if you've seen them at the store.
I haven't yet.
They're my favorite. They're just so soft and they're so tasty, and they're just.
Is there something special about them besides the design? Like, is it a seasonal flavor as well, or it's just like seasonal sprinkles and looks like a Christmas tree?
Yeah. So what I've been doing is I've been icing them with the green icing because I made red and green for Christmas icings, and I just ice it green, and then I've been using like little icing bags to like little decorating bags to put like little ornaments on them. I'll do like a little star at the top. Maybe I'll put some sprinkles to look like lights, like Christmas lights. I don't know. They just taste so good. They're just so soft.
Yeah.
And they're so tasty.
Soft and fluffy.
Yeah, it's the perfect donut. But the seasonal donuts are just so much
But I digress.
No, the seasonal donuts are so much fun because they're, I just get to experiment.
You get to put a little creativity into it.
Yeah, different colors, different sprinkles, different color combos. Like, it's fun. It makes me feel like I'm worth a little bit more while I'm at work because I get to throw some sort of creativity into my work. But how about, let's jump over to you. How about your holiday experiences in retail? Do you have any like interesting stories, or lay it on me?
I don't have anything specific. Like CVS, well, I'll start with Panera because that's where I worked first. Basically, it was just people coming in buying the holiday sweets that we had put out. I think they do like a cinnamon roll wreath type of thing where you can tear off different rolls or something.
Yeah.
So that was a big seller. It was normal hours. It was just busier.
Yeah.
And I worked the register, and the bakery portion of it. So not the actual baking of the products, but putting it out in the morning and setting up the bakery type of thing.
Yeah,
so it was more, you really get to see a side of people and see people's true colors when they have to wait in line or when you're out of a certain product that they came in specifically for.
Right on, yeah.
Dealing with that is always a pleasure.
I've seen that where I work too. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then at CVS, it was a different retail because like food service is different because they don't really have products that they put out months in advance. CVS, you start unloading the Christmas stuff at Halloween. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think I had a mini stroke there or something.
No, you're good. That happens to me all the time.
But yeah, we were changing over the shelves right after Halloween for Christmas products, and we would stock that and change up the sections and different specials. And I came in with my manager one day at 2 a.m. to unload the truck.
Welcome to my world.
That was like our Christmas delivery where we got an insane amount of product.
Yeah.
Christmas and Black Friday, because CVS would open early on Black Friday, like 6 a.m. or something, rather than 8 or 9, I think is the normal opening time.
What kind of deals did you guys have for Black Friday?
It's funny because CVS, you think like vitamins, medicine and stuff, but their Black Friday deals, they really focus on like plush throw blankets for like 3 for $12 or something. Like, I don't know. It came down to like $3 a piece for these fleece blankets and slippers, like memory foam slippers.
Interesting.
Different novelty toy items would go on sale. Like we would get train sets in. And
yeah.
I guess all their Christmas stuff had special prices for Black Friday type of deals.
Interesting.
But people would line up like outside of our closed doors at 5:30, 5:45. Like it's crazy, man.
That happened.
To CVS, like I could, like Walmart, Best Buy, Target, the big retail stores. I can, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But for CVS, man, like,
I
can get blankets at the dollar store and stuff.
This year, I actually, side note, I worked. Normally, I'd be off on Thursdays, but I asked if I could work Thanksgiving and have off on Black Friday just to like not have to go to bed super early with seeing my family and stuff. When I was driving home, either like the day before Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving Day, I'm driving through Quakertown. I drove past the GameStop, and there was someone already camping outside of the GameStop at 8 in the morning. On
Thursday,
either on Wednesday or Thursday, because they were gonna have like a limited supply of like the new Xbox or the new PlayStation, and I was like, man, like imagine that. Like the dude was sitting in like a lawn chair with his coat and his hat and a blanket.
Yeah, it's absurd, man.
It's so crazy.
That guy was gonna spend a whole day there,
his whole holiday, just to get an Xbox. Like what?
Yeah,
just wait a year. Like that's crazy though. People actually sat outside CVS. Like,
yeah. Now this was probably 2017 as well.
Yeah.
I think I was there 2016 and 2017 holiday seasons.
Right.
So people could interact and actually go to places. Like Panera Bread, the one that I worked at was near a Walmart. So people would come there like right when we opened at 6 to get coffee and food because they were either waiting to get into Walmart or had just come out of Walmart because I know they were doing their Thanksgiving holiday hours for the last couple of years as well, where they were open on Thanksgiving.
I bet those were some crazy shifts probably. Yeah,
not so much for us. Just like, you know, it might add an hour or two to your shift for holiday hours or whatever, but it was
like busy though. Like
you would think so, but it came in waves. It was like 10 or 15 people right when we opened, and then we'd be dead for a couple hours, and then you'd get your normal breakfast and lunch rushes. And on weekends it would be a little busier because people were holiday shopping, and just the location. We were like one of the main food establishments in the area.
Right.
But, you know, I think the overarching theme is you get to see people's true colors when they have to wait in line or when you're out of stock of something that they really came, like you would see people all the time running for these Black Friday deals, and they'd go in like minutes.
Yeah.
Because we only get a limited amount of stock.
Right.
And the people that really want it, they show up. There was one lady who would come in and buy like 12 or 15 blankets that she donated to like homeless shelters or to help orphanages and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what she donated to, but so she would buy most of the stock, and then people would come in a little bit later and be like, "Don't you have those blankets still?" And you wouldn't have them anymore.
Jeez.
And then, you know, like I said, you see people's true colors.
Yeah.
Don't you have any in the back? Or
yeah.
Can you go look? Like, I know we don't have anything left. I'll go look for you. Just to make you feel good.
At the start of the pandemic, there was a guy that apparently freaked out because at the time, like, the orders we were given was to slice all of the Italian bread, and he had a meltdown because his Italian bread was sliced and he didn't want it sliced.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
crazy,
it's
man.
wild. It's wild. The holidays, crazy. But this year, the holidays are a lot different. As you briefly alluded to, like, there was not really a Black Friday, like a traditional Black Friday. There are a lot of places.
It ended up being like a Black November.
Yeah.
A lot of places released their deals early or would have specials every week type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you saw a shift from in-person shopping to a lot more online shopping.
Well, yeah.
Just to avoid contact.
In
typical 2020 fashion, everyone has been avoiding personal contact. And
well, and like, look at I don't know if you've heard about like the postal system right now. They're completely overwhelmed.
I have a funny personal story about the Postal Service.
Go for it.
If you would want to hear that or include that.
Because I've been having issues with the postal, not like an issue, but like I ordered 2 things like 2 weeks ago, and the one was supposed to come on the 7th, which was last Monday, and one was supposed to come yesterday, and they were only scanned once when they left the facility, and now it just says in transit, arriving late.
Right.
So, like, that's where...
I mean, I'm sure, in their defense, I'm sure they're swamped. The Postal Service, exactly. Amazon, all the UPS, FedEx, I'm sure they're all slammed with orders because of people ordering more stuff online.
And not only that, people sending gifts because they're not going to Christmas parties and stuff.
Right, and the world that we live in with Amazon Prime and UPS has express delivery and, like, everyone competing for the fastest shipping, I'm sure... that has to cause some kind of mass hysteria. Like, we have to get these things to these locations in a short time frame.
Yeah.
Like, figuring out how to do that, I'm sure, is delaying regular mail as well, or somebody who sends it standard when it says 7 to 10 days. Now it's like, well, you're getting pushed to the back burner for these people who paid for 2-day shipping. So
exactly. Yeah.
Your gift just falls to 14 to 21 days or whatever.
It's just crazy. But what's your story, your experience?
So I have to disclaim this by saying I can't blame it all on the post office. But so I was bargain hunting for this hairdryer brush thing that my wife wanted. Mm-hmm. And I have to preface this by saying I'm Jewish. So I always look for the best deal.
It's okay.
And and I guess just in general, like I hunt for the best deal for a lot of things. Well, so I go online and and I Google this product and I look through all the links that have different prices and what sale prices they are, and I'm monitoring like the price changes as they're happening. And so I find this website called Bella Stylish, which, you think like an off-brand site, maybe selling these things, third-party type of thing.
Yeah.
They buy a bunch of them and sell them. And it's like significantly lower price than all the big box stores, Kohl's, Target, Walmart.
Right.
Like maybe $20 cheaper than all of them.
Oh, yeah.
So I definitely picked this one to purchase it from.
Like,
free shipping and all. Yeah. I was like, man, you can't beat that price. And so I ordered it, paid for it, and it says shipped, but there's no like tracking number or anything with it.
Oh, yeah.
So I placed this order, and it said it was shipped on November 13th.
Oh, good Lord.
Today is December 13th. When you go to contact them, they have a phone number and an email address on their website.
Mm-hmm.
And they use this weird app to track the thing. There's no tracking info on the site directly. You have to go to this shop app, it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
And all it says on the app is shipped via USPS.
Oh, yeah.
So and then when you click contact them through this app, it emails them. So maybe 2 weeks had gone by and I hadn't gotten the gift. So I emailed them. Mm-hmm. Never heard anything back. Another week or two goes by, puts us to almost today. I think the beginning or middle of last week, I tried calling, and it rings, and it says this person is not available. Please leave a message. So I left a message the first time.
Mm-hmm.
A couple days later, haven't heard anything. Email them again. End call. Well, actually, I think I called first. Got the voicemail again. Decided I'm not leaving another voicemail. They didn't call me back the first time.
Yeah.
So then I emailed them again. Still haven't gotten any kind of response. There's an address listed for Kentucky. I'm thinking about sending a physical letter, but it might not get there till after Christmas by this point.
It'll get there in like February. And
they have like I read their refund policy and stuff, and it's like we don't do refunds after 30 days. So I've kind of just chalked it up to I'm not going to ever get my money back, and if I get the product, great. I'll either resell it or donate it somewhere. If not, I lost $20 or something.
Did you find the brush somewhere else though?
I did.
Okay.
I purchased the backup just in case I had to spend a little more.
Yeah. Well, you could always keep the one that'll come late for yourself.
Yeah.
Groom your hair. Groom your luscious locks.
My chest hair.
Oh man, yeah, it's brutal these holidays because of everything that's going on, like I mean, Walmart and Target and GameStop all closed on Thanksgiving this year, which is like a first for a long time now.
Oh yeah.
My job stayed open because I'm assuming they probably thought, well, everywhere else is closed, so let's stay open to maximize our profits.
You also have food. It's a little bit different there.
Yeah. But I mean,
I guess to close out my story here, I can't completely blame the post office because I think I got scammed by this website. Yeah. So, but if I didn't, then the post office is either they didn't ship it for a while or the post office is taking a long time to get me my package.
I heard it's brutal, like with everything going on. I heard UPS and FedEx are just dumping all their packages at the post offices.
Oh, really?
And then like apparently something with the Postmaster General, he like took away some of the automated machines, even though they're short-staffed at all of them. Like it's like this crazy stuff that's going on. It's all like politicized
not to get too deep
now.
I was gonna say not to get too deep into politics, but something happened around election time that they were really messing with the system.
It's so stupid.
Kind of to try and mess up the election or mess with the mail-in ballot thing, and I think we're seeing a trickle-down effect from that. It's the holiday
it's like
package
ruining
season.
The holidays. Yeah, it's just
or just regular mail. Like I've noticed that with regular mail too, where I expect to get something and it comes like a week later than I expected to get it, type of thing.
No, it's crazy.
Or I just got a letter last week that was mailed at like the beginning of November.
Yeah,
I didn't get till last week.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Things are just wild this year, and it's just the reason why we're talking about this is because it's so different this year than any other year. This is like the most unusual holiday season we've ever experienced, probably both of us in either of our lives.
And probably the most unusual year of our entire life.
Yeah.
Or lifetime for that matter.
Yeah, at least to this point.
It's
just been
who knows what the future will bring.
We don't know. we just gotta
Take it one day at a time these days.
It's so hard to do. Like taking it, not to get too deep, but like, like I'll tell people that all the time, but then like I don't practice it myself. Like taking things one day at a time, because it's so, again, when you're in it, it's so hard to just be like, this will be fine. It'll be fine eventually, you know?
Right.
When you're like, I want it now. I want to go to Philly now.
Oh, I know, right?
That is all we have for today. I thank everyone for listening. If you've made it this far, go check Fueled by Coffee out on Instagram at Fueled by Coffee Pod. No spaces. You can check it out on Twitter too at Fueled Coffee Pod. Give us a follow on SoundCloud if you enjoyed. Leave comments. I appreciate getting comments. That would be fun to interact with people.
Get in touch with us for stickers or shirts.
Yeah, again, especially, the stickers. I have stickers. I'm currently trying to make some more, trying to get like a little podcast fund going to make more merch. So, lots to look forward to. Again, give us a follow. I appreciate you listening. And I think next week, so this episode was supposed to air next week, but I think I'm just going to do like a little year in review, like a State of the Union for the podcast. So I don't know if I'll be doing that by myself or if I'll have someone else on with me. But check back next week. I'm hoping to get something up.
It'll be a surprise.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But thanks for listening, Aaron. Thanks for being on again, and we will see you on the next one.